As I remember, last session we talked about tourism, and I think we have some questions, so tell me if you've done. I'm not sure, so let me share the board and you tell me if you've done or we have some questions to discuss. So we're gonna talk or no? This word? Yeah, so we should, okay. Well, the first question for you is, so I won't say anything, using words, phrases that we learned. Now you can answer, and of course you can get help from suggested answers.
Do the benefits of tourism outweigh its drawbacks? Outweigh is better. Outweigh is better than its drawback.
Yeah.
The benefits.
So, as I told you, yeah, of course, it means, yeah, of course. Do the benefits are more than drawbacks, more important, outweigh?
Yes. I think so. The benefits of tourists outweigh its drawback. Because it's creating new jobs, reduce unemployment for the locals, and it makes the economy increasing. We have more jobs. Tourism creating new jobs, and I think besides the benefit, it also have drawbacks, but the government and the local will have the solutions to get more benefits from tourism day after day.
Yeah, day by day. Well, great. Okay, so you believe so. Okay, first let's talk about this word outweigh. As I told you, it's good word, especially in formal and writing. So in serious speech, formal writing, it's really good. But when it comes to everyday talk, we have different phrases that we normally, for example, when you go to the street, people don't say outweigh a lot. Because this is something formal, okay? But as I told you, the meaning is more important. But matters more is a synonym, or is better than, is more important than. For example, we can say that I think the good stuff just matters more than the bad, is more important. Okay, so this is the way that we normally use it. Of course, it's really good at the meaning of, it's really good to use it in writing. And of course, so like something like serious context, formal context, that is really good. But in everyday talk, we have more important than and is better than.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, and now, just matters more than, okay, this way you can use it. Is more important, is better than, is, or matters more than. So this one, okay. Let's talk about your answer. Yes, I do agree. So tourism create new jobs and of course reduce, so it can reduce unemployment, especially for locals, just for their locals, no, just for locals is better, and help boost the economy. Increase, no, boost.
Yes, yes.
It provides, of course, more employment opportunities, more employment opportunities.
More.
While there are, you said that, I think beside the benefits, beside actually here is not really, I don't know, good. So why? Because actually you are making contrast here. So while there are benefits, okay, I believe there are some drawbacks. So
Yes.
while here is better, while there are benefits, I believe there are some drawbacks. And of course, however, the government and local people or local communities can find solutions to maximize the benefits.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted, yeah, yeah. The next one, what should we do to improve tourism in Vietnam?
Yeah.
What should we do to improve tourism in Vietnam?
Yeah. In Vietnam, we um, plant more trees to have more green, um, uh, to clean up uh, the city, um, clean up the beach, uh, and um, mm, control the crime, mm, manage the activities of the hotels, uh, uh, yeah, and use the social media to boost, to explore. I mean, use the social media to attract more uh, tourists from other countries to come to Vietnam. Mm, I think uh, we have a lot of solutions. I think they have too many different ways to improve tourism, because I think tourism in Vietnam is less attractive than Thailand or Indonesia. Other countries, their tourism is very developed. Tourism industry is very developed, so we have to learn how to do tourism from other countries.
Well, great. Okay. Let's discuss your answer. So yes, we should plant more trees to improve, yeah, it was good. First, air quality, clean up the city, I like it. So because, or I don't know, to have more green spaces, greenery. So of course, this one is good. So we should plant. So you said we plant more? No, we
Yes,
should plant more
we
trees to
should.
improve first air quality. So that is really important. And of course, to have more green spaces, clean up the city and the beaches. That was good. And manage the land better. Manage the land better. How to use. Okay. It's also important to monitor. Okay. So you said that to manage the activities of hotels, but I say to monitor hotels' activities, to monitor, to see what do they do, to control, to monitor hotel activities, and use social media to use it to attract more tourism. I say to promote,
To promote.
yeah,
Yes.
and attract more visitors. To promote and attract more visitors. Why I say visitors? Because I don't want to repeat tourist again. Okay, so
Yes.
you know that we have, yeah.
Yes.
And you said, yeah, of course, there are different ways to improve tourism. Yes, I think you said, I think tourism in Vietnam is less attractive compared to countries like, for example, Thailand or Indonesia. So it's less attractive, where the tourism industry is more developed in Thailand, is more developed. And we should look at how other countries approach tourism and learn from their strategies. So we should look at how other countries approach tourism and learn from their strategies. What do they do? So, yeah. Okay. What? And so when this one. Talk about an unforgettable experience you had when you traveled, when and where you went, what happened there, what did you did, and explain why it is an unforgettable experience for you.
Mm, yeah, the first time I went out the Vietnam, I went out of Vietnam is traveling to Singapore. And mm, when I went to Singapore and Malaysia, um, mm, I was surprised. Um, uh, I was surprised of Singapore's airport. It was um, a very beautiful places, like a park, a a national park in Vietnam. Not it's unlike an airport because Singapore is uh, uh, because the airport is decorated by a lot of many kinds of trees, flowers, and it it is very large. We can we may be lost in the airport in Singapore. Um, and it has uh, uh, it has a lot of entertainment for for us to play the while we waiting for the plane, waiting for the flights. And they also sell a lot of things, a lot of stuff at the airport, especially domestic and the special gifts, souvenir. Yes, maybe they earned a lot of money from the the tourists. The second unforgettable experience I had when I traveled to Malaysia is they promote durian in amazing way. Everyone in Malaysia talked to the promote a lot. They talked much about durian. Malaysia durian is the best kind in the world. So we have to try. Everyone, everyone try to have a durian of in Malaysia. But when I eat durian, it's normal. It's like durian in Vietnam. They're not very special, but they have to the way to promote durian. Yes, you should. They promote that it's the best of the best durian of it in the world. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, okay.
That yeah.
Well, first let me ask you about this fruit. I heard about it that actually it smells very badly. Is it right? But it's delicious. It's really tasty, but the smell is not good, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I know, so I watched just a video about maybe different fruits in the world, and I because of this, it's not really common, so popular in my country. So, but I know it. Well, so they have a different way. Okay, let's talk about your answer step by step. You first talked about the first time that you traveled outside of
Yeah.
Vietnam, and how
Outside.
to say it. The first time I traveled outside of Vietnam was to Singapore. Was to, okay? When I visited Singapore and Malaysia, of course, I was amazed. I was amazed by Singapore's airport. Amazed by Singapore airport. And it was incredibly, very beautiful, extremely. It was incredibly beautiful, almost like a park, a national park. It didn't feel like an airport at all. It didn't feel like an airport at all. So
it didn't feel like an airport at all.
So it was like a park, a national park. And the airport is decorated with many type of trees and flowers, and it's very large, as you said, and you could easily get lost. You be lost? No, you could easily get lost in actually Singapore's airport. So this one is better. And there are plenty of entertainment options to enjoy, while waiting for our flight. That was good. And the airport also has a actually wide variety of shops, a lot of shops, wide variety of shops, especially selling cosmetics, special gifts, souvenirs, as you said. And there's lots to do. You said there's lots to do while you wait for your flight. There is lots to do. And the airport also has a lot of shops, and you can buy what you want, and especially gifts. So this way you can make your answer better. But totally, it was good. So not a lot of mistake. That was really good. Okay, and yeah, well, okay. The next one, what is ecotourism? So as you can see, definitely can, and do you think it's a solution to problems that tourism has created? So what do you think about it? First of all, do you know the meaning of ecotourism? What is this?
Ecotourism.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't use
Ecotourism, like eco-friendly, eco-friendly tourism. What is that? Uh, it's like, for example, when you travel to natural areas with the goal of conserving the environment. So that is really good, actually, because it helps protect the environment. But I would like, for example, ecotourism is so formal. Every day you talk eco-friendly trips.
eco-friendly trip.
Of course, this one is casual because I'm trying to say that which word is commonly used, which one is not. Ecotourism is common in American English, but specific context, formal, writing about environment. But we can also eco-friendly tourism, eco-friendly trip. So sustainable, for example, travel. They are the words and phrases that we normally use when talking. Okay. Well, so, and so let me write it, sustainable, okay, travel. These two phrases are the phrases that we normally say in daily conversation instead of just ecotourism, but books, writing, formal context, ecotourism is perfect. Okay, well, so what do you think about it?
Maybe we choose a place to travel. It's near the nature. It preserve the environment, like we can live and we can stay in the forest, right? Or we stayed on the beaches. We have some activity to preserve the animals or the fishes or turtles in our trip, in the trip. Yeah. And we say no with littering, with litter. Or we say no. Or we don't use plastic bag.
Well, yes. Actually, when it comes to eco-friendly trip, let me change it to another phrase. I would say traveling responsibly. You are responsible for what? For nature. You don't harm the places you visit. So this is the meaning of ecotourism. You don't harm the places, you are responsible. So traveling, just let me erase, okay. Traveling. This is the meaning of it. Don't harm the nature. First, you don't need to, when you say fish, okay, fishes, no, just fish. For plural, you can also say fish, okay? Yeah, of course, fish. So it's like that during your trip, you can engage in activities that help protect animals, fish, turtles, and etc. So you can actually engage in activities that help protect. Okay, so you can stay on the beaches, you can live in the forest, okay? So, but you need to protect. When it comes to litter, we avoid using, when it comes to litter, we avoid using plastic bags, plastic bottles. So this way is better.
Yeah.
Well, okay. And
have you ever go to a eco tourism?
of course, I like. It's not. I don't go. So let me say, have you ever? First of all, when you say have you ever gone, you know that this is present. Have you ever gone to ecotourism? Okay. Let's first let's correct it. How to ask it. Uh, it's like, when you travel or, for example, take a trip or go on a trip with, for example, family, friends, okay? First of all, it's better to say your question. Have you ever been
Have you
to
ever
an ecotourism, okay, destination? This one is better. So this is your question.
have you ever been
Ever been
in
to
to
an ecotourism
tourism
destination? This
destination?
is your question, of
Yeah.
course.
Okay. Have you
And
ever
I want to,
been to?
yeah,
Yes. Okay.
okay. Actually, yes, I have. And I visited a lot of places. So it's like, because I'm the one, I'm into the nature. And just, whenever I find even short time, I just, just run away to somewhere, just, out of city. So, but I focus. That is really important to me. Very important to me. So I teach my daughter, so everyone who actually travels with me, and they know that they need to control, they need to actually preserve the environment. So yes, I normally do it. So I can say that I don't use plastic. I don't want to say at all, but I try to, yeah, try not to use it a lot. Yes, I've been. So especially, so that when I just sometimes I clean up, just, pick them up. Like, I don't know if I see something, just trash, or I don't know, if I see people just litter somewhere, yes, I try to sometimes, yeah, clean places up. So yes, I have. That is really important. And that nowadays, especially, it's really matter in my country. So if you see someone is littering, so people are like, just react. Oh, what is this? Why are you doing this? And don't like it.
Yeah.
Well, but
So it really attracts a huge number of tourists.
you want to read, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Promote sustainable tourism in the future? I don't think so. Do you think it's a solution to problems that tourism has created? Attach a huge number of tourists cannot change the trend, have a negative effect on the environment to some extent. Mm. To some extent, what does it mean to have more? Have a
Sorry.
The last sentence have a
The
negative.
meaning of it, to some
Yes,
extent.
extent.
Okay. Well, for example, when I ask you if you agree, okay, for example, I agree with you to some extent, it means actually, partly maybe, to a certain degree, okay, not completely. Not completely is a good synonym. For example, I say, I disagree with you to some extent. I agree with you. It means not completely, okay, in part. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yes.
well, and this one, should the
Government
government try?
to improve domestic tourism and try to attack international tourists instead. Try to improve domestic tourism or try to attack international tourists instead. I think the government should improve domestic tourism. Improve first. They improve domestic tourism first. After that, they try to attract international tourists. I think both of the both of this are important.
Yes. So,
Yes,
yes.
but the government priority to improve have a priority to improve domestic tourism first. When the local
Yeah.
are attracted by the tourism,
Of
uh,
course.
we so we attract international tourists later.
Very good. So let's change it. So let me give you a natural version of the
Yes.
answer. Yes, they should prioritize, but you don't need to. So of course, prioritize is really good. I like it. I like it, common. But you can also say they should focus on improving domestic tourism first. So they should focus on improving domestic tourism first and then shift to attracting international, then shift to attracting international tourists. And I think both are equally important. Equally important. Both are important. I think both are equally important.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Equally.
welcome. In your opinion, how will tourism in Vietnam change in the next few decades?
Yes, I think so. Because the government uh, do a lot of ways have make a decision to improve the tourism in Vietnam. Now they have a lot of strategies to make Vietnam is more attractive to the international tourists.
Yeah, so first, you said I think so. Don't start your answer with I think so, because in your opinion, how? This is W. So it's like yes, no. This is actually that something like how, WH word question, not yes, no question. So I think so, it's for yes, no question. So let's delete yes, let's forget about the first part. So we don't have it, but the rest of it was good. Okay, so yes, strategies. So the government is taking various measures, taking action, is taking various measures or actions, okay, and making decisions to improve tourism in my country, okay, and of course strategies they're making, and they make new strategies and more attractive ones, especially to international tourists. So this way you can answer. So they're taking measure, like, take measure means take action.
Take
Take
measure.
action, of course, means take action. They
Yes.
are taking different measures, various different, a lot of measures, are taking actions and making decision, especially to improve tourism in your country, and they're making new strategies, of course, more attractive strategies to international tourists. Okay.
Yes.
Well, and that
And
is,
the and you said that in your opinion, the
yeah.
questions with how we answer.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. When you say, I think so, like yes. Okay, the meaning of I think so is like yes. But here I'm not asking yes, no question.
yes.
Because of this, I said don't use I think so. Here, no. For example, I say, do you think tourism actually will change in your country? You say, I think so.
I think,
But when I
yeah.
say how will, this is not yes, no. How will,
Mhm.
because of this. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, and now let's move on to a new topic. Okay, it's like now from actually we have a good we had a really good topic to talk about. I liked it, tourism, beauty, I don't know, nature. Now let's move on to a new topic that is disease. I don't like it, but let's talk about it. Yeah, it's really important. Well, let's see what we have. Let me share it. 62, I think. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about some disease. Unfortunately, you know that nowadays, of course, we live in the world modern, and we can say with high technology, more facilities, but unfortunately, so that is really good that everyday scientists actually try to find new ways, solutions, treatment that is really perfect. So really thanks science. But still there are some really weird uh, diseases or, for example, illnesses that people suffering from, and there is no solution, no treatment for them. Let's see. One of them, unfortunately, HIV. No, actually, solution yet. And let's see. Do you think consuming wildlife products could be harmful to our health? Do you think consuming wildlife product could be harmful to our health?
False.
Yeah, of course. I don't think, maybe, no. No, I don't think so. Like, why? Because people used to.
The Asian Asian medicines uh, are made from wildlife products from
Yeah, of
wildlife.
course I knew that. Yeah, of course I know that. So that
And
special case. Yeah.
and number three, washing hand is not a good way to have people to have you to
Yeah,
prevent a
but let me say something. You know that, for example, bird flu or some other actually disease come from wildlife, meat, and animals. So it's better not to use them. Of course, it's something that just this is my opinion. Just I have no idea. So, but I think maybe yes. So I think depends. I don't know because I don't know. Maybe some part of that. Maybe. Yeah. Not. I don't know why. But it's like some nuts, maybe some traditional medicines, or I don't know, some can be harmful. Wildlife products. I'm not sure about it. So the next question, what is the bird flu known as?
first uh,
H1N1,
be,
H5N1.
be,
Why we need to know this?
be,
Why I need to know this? What is this? I'm not a doctor. Okay, so I think
but
H1.
because in Vietnam we have a bird flu is
Yeah, it's
popular.
so dangerous.
Yeah,
Ah,
H1N1 is the
yeah, this
kind
is,
of
you know that this is inf actually, yeah, kind of really. I think this is H5N1. Yeah, right? H5N1. And but that is really, actually, I don't know, this really, really weird. Something, a disease can spread from bird to bird and bird to human. So it's like really weird. Yeah.
mm,
Yeah. Oh, so it's like I know that actually it comes from a direct contact with bird. So maybe, but I'm not sure. And uh washing hand is not a good way to help you prevent. Of course it is. Of course it's a really good way. This is
Mm.
false. Washing hand is not a good way to help you prevent a flu. Of course it is. Virus. Yeah, no, it's so. Of course it is. Well, let's see what we have. Let me ask you a few questions and tell me about, as you remember, COVID-19. And I want to ask you about that period. And you know that it was really difficult and we can say horrible uh, period all around the world. That a lot of people unfortunately died. And what do you think about? Do you remember that period, that actually outbreak?
COVID-19, COVID.
Yeah,
Um,
the first, as you remember, first there was no access to vaccines. So it
mhm.
was like, yeah, and after that, of course, they could find some vaccines, so that was good. And of course, they worked. But that time, I remember that the first time was really difficult to make sure that people, especially your family, is safe,
Mhm.
stay safe, and so and I remember just quarantine time and to actually help slow the spread to help just let me write what I'm saying. So like uh
Quarantine time, quarantine two rules.
slow, of course, slow the spread. So I remember uh well, so tell me, how could you actually take care of your health during actually pandemic? Do you remember?
What have?
How could you take care of your health during the pandemic? I mean coronavirus.
I stay at home. Just
Yeah, I remember. I
no,
remember we didn't go
yes,
out. It was
I didn't go.
yeah.
Just watch a TV and watch a video from YouTube.
Yeah.
Um, yes, and stayed at home. Um, Everything we do is at home. I,
Yeah.
but I still went to the I I could went to the market to have a grocery to go grocery. Yeah,
Yeah.
and we have enough food uh, for that time in that time. Uh, uh, my husband still work went to his office. His office is very near from my house, so he can walk. He could walk there to work every day. Um, and he didn't have guarantee guarantee time. Mm,
Well, yeah, of course. Just you went to the market to do the grocery shopping.
uh,
You went to the market to do grocery shopping, to have enough food for that time. And of course, your husband went to his office, which is close to your house, as you said, uh, and He didn't have a fixed schedule. I heard something like this. He didn't have a fixed schedule, you said? That at
Um,
that time?
he didn't have a quarantine time.
Ah,
He still
he
worked every day. He still
he didn't have quarantine time. No, it's not good. So it's like, he didn't have quarantine time. So it's actually, you can say he didn't have, but quarantined, no, quarantine, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. So you can use it. He didn't stay. You can say that you mean that he didn't have a period where, I don't know, he required to stay isolated. So it's okay.
yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Well,
And
this
for
one
other
is the first word, outbreak. And you can see, okay, let's talk about it. A time when, could you please read it?
a time when something suddenly begins, especially a disease or something else dangerous. Outbreak. Bùng phát.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outbreak, of course, is good, common, in especially you hear a lot in news, serious conversation. But if you talk to people, people also use flare up. This is a synonym, outbreak, flare up. For example, there was a flare up of COVID again, for example, again last year. Or spike.
With the
There's
same,
spike.
the
Of
same
course,
meaning.
synonyms, of course. They
Synonym.
are conversational words. So when you talk to people, okay, you hear that native people normally use, but outbreak is commonly used. So especially news, you hear a lot. So there is an outbreak or a flare up or a spike of, for example, COVID again.
Yes. Since the beginnings of 2020, people have shown serious concerns about the outbreak of coronavirus disease. Yes, outbreaks about the outbreak.
Outbreak, of course.
Yes.
Period. Well, the next one, okay, pneumonia, pneumonia, okay. Another common, but that's actually bad lung infection.
The serious illness.
This is bad lung infection, of
Both
course.
lungs become red
Yeah.
and swollen and filled with lipid. Bad lung infection.
Yeah, my wife constantly asks me to quit smoking due to several negative effects on our health, for example, causing pneumonia. Of course, pneumonia, especially in health and medical conversation, we normally use it, but native speakers, we normally say, of course, still say pneumonia, we use it, okay? But maybe bad lung infection, we use. So, for example, my friend had a bad lung infection. That is pneumonia.
My friends had
Had
bad lung
a bad
infection.
lung infection.
Yes. Or my
And this,
had,
yeah,
or my friend had pneumonia.
yeah,
Okay.
my friend. Or you can also say, for example, she got really sick with like chest thing, and it turned out to be pneumonia.
Okay.
Well, the next one, fatal.
Fatal.
Deadly.
Oh, fatal.
Deadly. Fatal, of course.
Deadly.
Deadly, of course. Life-threatening or deadly. The new virus appears to be less often fatal than the coronavirus that caused SARS or MERS, but significantly more so than the seasonal flu.
The new virus appear to be less often fatal than
Fatal,
fatal than the
fatal, of course.
coronavirus that cause SARS or MERS, but significantly more so than
More,
the seasonal
more
flu.
so than the seasonal flu. Immersion.
Seasonal flu is dangerous than
Of course.
coronavirus or SARS or
Of
MERS.
course. New virus is, of course, less deadly than coronavirus, but more than the seasonal flu. So it's just between flu and coronavirus. And this one, originate. So let me say, in daily conversation, we don't say originate. We say come from. We say start. So, for example, coronavirus originated in China? No, started in China. Start or come from?
Start, come from.
Yeah, because, yeah, for example, if you talk to native people, we don't say originate, like it's not commonly used in daily talk, you know? But we say, for example, of course, all these words are good words, but in formal context, writing, books, news, reports. Okay, so these ones, but daily conversation, just it started in China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come from, begin to participate. It's a wide belief that coronavirus originated in wild animals such as bats and snakes.
Yeah. Started in wild animals. Yeah, of course. So we are not sure, even we're not sure about it, but yes, lots of news about it, like especially that time. So that the first and time, actually, it came from a man who ate bats like this. I'm not sure about it in China. I'm not sure.
Originate.
Yeah, originate is really good word. For example, when it comes to IELTS, you will later learn we use originate because this is IELTS. But when it comes to just, daily talk, we don't say originate, just, come from or start. Yeah. And in fact, of course, it's common. Yeah, of course.
Animal or plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For example, you can say a casual way. My friend gave me the flu. Gave me the flu.
Gay.
Yeah, give me, like, yeah, for example, yeah. Or, for example, spread. It's spread to the whole family.
Yeah. Straight.
Spread.
Flat.
Yeah.
The
So,
second
because the,
sentence you
yeah,
just say what?
so, let me write. I said spread
Spread.
and pass on. For example, in informal, casual, we can say give a virus. It's so give a virus. All of them. They are, look, infect is common, good, very good, means to spread a disease to someone. But in daily conversation, you can use some actually other synonyms like spread to, like give, for example, a virus, like pass on a virus. But pass on is more casual. Yeah.
Yes.
For example, my friend didn't know that actually she had the flu and accidentally infected her family. Accidentally infected. Yeah. Well,
Awesome.
children seem less likely to be infected with the new coronavirus, while middle-aged and older adults are disproportionately infected. Okay, let's use them. Are you ready to
Yes.
make some sentences? Okay.
Out.
Just let me write it. This one. Disproportionately, a good
This.
synonym like out of balance. Unequal. It's a good one.
Unequal.
Unequal. Yeah, of course. So unequally is an adverb, or maybe out of proportion.
Let me turn off the
Of
fan.
course. It's so
You know, the fan, I feel cold. I feel
good.
cold. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Unequally, out of proportion, excessively. So it depends on the context. So, for example, she was disproportionately punished for a small mistake. That was unfair. It was not fair. Okay, so this one. Well, let's see. Okay, let's make some sentences.
The government announced, or the government announced that there is an outbreak of coronavirus. They announced the outbreak of coronavirus to make us to warn us to protect ourselves. They announced
Very
the
good, of course.
outbreak
So,
of coronavirus to
yeah,
make um,
to warn
raise,
us,
raise awareness.
protect ourselves.
Yeah, to break
Okay,
ourselves.
well, so the first part, okay, is really good. So yes. So they, for example, the government, okay, they announced that there is an outbreak of coronavirus, okay, to warn us and help us protect, to warn us and help us protect ourselves. Yes, it's good.
Yeah. My cousin, my cousin died from pneumonia.
Is it real?
Yes. My cousins died because of.
Sorry to hear that. Oh, it's so sorry to hear that. And pass away.
Pass
Another
away.
word.
Yeah. He was
So passed away from pneumonia. Yeah, my cousin passed away from pneumonia. Died, passed away. This is natural way.
Cancer can be fatal. Fatal. Cancer can be fatal if we are not treated early.
Yeah, of course, cancer is often.
Or cancer can't be fatal if
not treated early. Okay, so let me, if not treated early.
If not treated early. Yes.
Of course. And fatal. Fatal.
Cancer can be fatal if not treated early. I want to write it.
Of course, yes. Well,
Pass away. China refused that the coronavirus was originated from China. Some people said that coronavirus was originated from China, but the Chinese government refused the statement.
okay, so some people believe, but of course, China refused to deny or refused that, corona virus just originated in China. Originated in China was no. Yeah.
China, yes.
Yeah.
I was infected coronavirus from my friends. I was infected coronavirus from my friend. Or my friend infected coronavirus to me.
Okay. Just let me say, I was infected was good, okay? But you should say I was infected with the coronavirus by my friend.
Mm.
It means
I
my
was
friend infected me with coronavirus. Okay, so I was infected with the coronavirus by my friend.
yeah. You know, when I went to the Hanoi to visit my friends after coronavirus, for a long time we are not warning of quarantine time. We can move freely after coronavirus. Yeah, and I went to visit my friends there in Hanoi, and um, we have we we travel to another province with my friends, and all of us were infected with coronavirus when we are sitting in the same car with my friends.
Of course. Yeah, so you went to visit your friend, of course, and uh, it was after the coronavirus outbreak or before it? It was after the outbreak.
After.
So you were not aware of quarantine measures, and of course you could easily and freely move, but because it was after pandemic, so you went to visit your friend in actually another province, and all of you unfortunately were infected with the coronavirus. Because he was actually, your friend was still contagious. This word is good that you can use. Contagious, okay? What is this? It means can be passed from one person to another. So how to use it? For example, cold is contagious. COVID-19 is highly contagious. And, oh, be careful. She is still contagious. So both for person or disease. For example, be careful. She's still contagious. Or COVID-19 is highly contagious. Let me this here.
Contagious.
Yeah. So you can use it this way. Well, and now let's see. Oh, China. So, okay. Corona accumulate China, the spread across country. 30 patients out of the first. Okay. Let me, one moment. I need to, okay. Let's watch the video about coronavirus. Well,
I forget to write the dynamic. Um, the
what?
word dynamic. When we talked about the coronavirus, we
Pandemic?
usually pandemic.
And
Uh,
you mean
can you?
this?
I
Yeah,
forget
of
it.
course. You mean this?
A
Pandemic?
pandemic. Yeah,
Pandemic,
pandemic.
of course. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. You know that a disease that spreads worldwide.
Okay.
Global outbreak. This is a synonym.
Pandemic.
That is pandemic, of course.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, well. Okay, just wait a moment.
Out of the first 41 patients, 37 had been to the Wuhan wet market before. The new coronavirus started from the mainland China and then spread across the country. The deadly Ebola is reported to originated in rats. If the infected animals is consumed by humans, there's no way that the virus can be affected.
Let's see. Okay, I think,
We
let's
watch it.
see. I think, yeah, of course. Wait a moment. Okay. Okay. I think this is, first of all, let's watch the first one. Let's see what it is. Okay, let me share.
Wuhan, China.
This is Wuhan, China. Wet
This morning, a
market.
World Health Organization scientist says samples taken from a wet market in Wuhan, China, show it likely played a role in the
Let
development
me
of
turn
coronavirus.
okay,
Either the source of the outbreak or an amplifying setting.
But the WHO maintains such markets should be
let me turn the subtitle on, and I think it's better to adjust the playback speed. I think now is more understandable for you.
This morning, a World Health Organization scientist says samples taken from a wet market in Wuhan, China, show it likely played a role in the
Origin of
development
the
of
coronavirus.
coronavirus.
Either the source of the outbreak or an amplifying setting.
But the WHO maintains such markets should be improved, not banned, given that millions of people around the world depend on them. Today, many of Wuhan's markets are open for business, though the ones suspected to be at the center of the outbreak remain shuttered. Last month, Dr. Anthony Fauci on Fox and Friends.
It boggles my mind how when we have so many diseases that emanate out of that unusual human-animal interface that we don't just shut it down.
President Trump has frequently blamed the WHO for an ineffective response to the global pandemic, threatening to stop paying dues.
Today, I'm instructing my administration to halt funding of the World Health Organization.
U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has said there is a significant amount of evidence the virus came from a Wuhan laboratory, but has also said there was no certainty. One theory of coronavirus is that it originated in bats, found its way into an endangered mammal called the pangolin before migrating into humans. But pangolins don't seem to get as sick as we humans do. And now a group of Austrian scientists think their unique immune system may hold the cure.
Pangolins are the most illegally trafficked mammals in the world. So they are in high demand in places like Asia for their meat and for their scales.
China has not allowed the WHO or any other external experts to join its investigation into the origins of the pandemic.
Well,
Mhm.
Wuhan. And of course, we would talk about this because it's a really good topic to talk about. And the problem is they know the base, they know the actually origin, but it can be banned because millions of people, businesses rely on this actual location. So it's like, they're ready to have more dead and more people who actually die from this virus, but with this virus, but they don't actually take an action because it's money, you know? Oh, so let's talk about it. Of course, on Thursday, we will continue with this topic and we will watch, of course. If you want, I can share the link if you have time to watch. If you know, we will watch it together again.
Okay. Send me the link.
Of course, I will. So let me just one moment. Okay. Just let me wait a moment. Share and copy. And there we go. Okay. Well, so that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was really good time with you. Have a great day. See you.
Yeah, goodbye. Thank you. Good night.
Welcome. Good day. Goodbye.